welcome to ScriptNotFound's Zoom show, where we will be taking an audience suggestion word, and we're going to start doing a very loose long-form format where we'll be sort of approximating lots of things that you normally see us do over Zoom. One last recap before we get into it. You may see people holding up numbers, and that just signifies that they're going to be doing scenes with each other. People holding up numbers are in scenes. You may see us swipe by doing motions like this to transition to new scenes. You may hear us insert some voiceover or narration to provide some information or context. And you may see me or someone else do this to pause the show or just add announcements or something like that. Thank you so much for joining us. It really means a lot. And so let's get some words flying in the chat. The word I'm going to take is salesman because it relates to the pre-show banter we were doing. So I'm going to take the word salesman, salesperson in this case, and we will kick off the long form. So let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Woo!
Thank you so much for seeing me on such short notice. I finally got that sales position, and I don't have a briefcase, so I knew you were my guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're happy to set you up, you know?
Thank you.
You know?
Thank you.
You know that, right?
Well, I mean, you've always said, but it's one of those things that's like, oh, I'd love to see you sometime. If you need a briefcase, let me know. And
Jess, I mean, like, we're so happy you chose us to help set you up. I mean, I know you came in here for a suit jacket a while ago, and we're just so excited to hook you up with the perfect briefcase that just screams Jess, you know?
Thank you.
So if you look along the wall, you're going to notice a lot of browns and blacks, but just to let you know, we have an extensive color and pattern and texture variety here. This is just our display wall to get people started, because a couple months back we had too many colors and it freaked people out, but it's not really, you know. Anyway, talk to me, Jess. What are you feeling? What screams Jess in Jess's head?
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, I mean, I have heard things about this place, people feeling frightened and nervous. And
yeah.
And
I
don't want to be critical of your style by any means, but I don't really think people were put off by the multiple colors.
I don't know, Jess. I don't think you were here. I mean, you should have seen their faces when we had the blues out here.
Hey, Jess. Hi. It's me, Mel, from the front desk. You didn't turn in your Myers-Briggs, so I have no idea where we're going to start you in the store.
I'm sorry. I kind of I did it, but I don't know if I totally agree with it. So I just kind of, I already gave you my blood type. Is that nothing to go off of?
We'll just put down ENFJ. We'll just put down ENFJ. It's fine.
I'm really sorry, Mel. I don't want to make your job any harder than it is. I emailed you the surveys that my three closest friends had to take.
I just found that.
Hey, Bree, it's Matt from the back room. Still haven't gotten that record of your previous employment. I don't have your job history, and I mean, help Mel, and I help you.
Totally. I'm really sorry about that. Ultimately, y'all, I kind of just thought you needed to know, like, what I needed to use the briefcase for, and like my color preference. Like, you need to know all of this information about me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, some of it I am just simply uncomfortable giving to y'all.
I'll be in the back room when you need me.
All right, well, man.
I just don't see why you'd be uncomfortable telling us when your last menstrual cycle was.
Yeah, this just seems like it's a lot coming from you all of a sudden. I mean, it's a hard 180.
Look, do you want to be walking around with a white Birkin bag when you should be walking around with a brown Leviathan?
You're right. I'm in over my head. It's just when I bought that sports coat from y'all, you interviewed my mom for 24 hours straight, and she got really sick, okay?
Well, you got the job, didn't you, Bree? Didn't you get the job?
Yeah, I got the job. You're right. I've had 4 sexual partners. I'm 5'6".
Slide.
So I'm thinking, maybe Saturday, Sunday. These are good days for work. Is that good for you?
Yeah, boss. Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You name a day, I'm doing that day. I'm working.
Great, perfect. Because these are prime funeral days, and then we're gonna need some people here to do some of the heavy lifting. And I mean that it's gonna be heavy. Like these people, it's like a quintessential dead weight. If you catch my drift, So it says here on your resume that you used to do construction.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Peterson. I used to do construction, and I got fired because we had someone very sadly pass away on the job site, and then I helped bury them, so they got rid of me. But I was like, maybe spin this new talent,
this is the kind of go-getter attitude that I want to hear. This is it. This is I don't even need any more. Let's just I don't even.
Let's make a deal.
Let's make a deal. Okay,
let's do it.
So we don't have to talk brass tacks because really there's somebody needs to be helped to be buried right now, and we can talk about salary and stuff later. Hopefully your go-getter attitude lets that happen.
Cut out to the gravesite.
So, thinking 8 feet should do it.
8 feet down, 8 feet long as well.
You tell me, champ.
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit nervous, and I was expecting the dimensions would go in 3 directions.
Okay, you know what? Okay, you said you were a go-getter. You told me that somebody died at a construction site and you buried them. Did you ask all these questions about how big the hall needs to be? Because now,
you're right. You're right.
It seems like you're asking.
Mr. Peterson, I'm so sorry. I'm just getting a little ahead of myself, and I think I sort of let the creative juices take over in that situation, and look, this feels a little bit more structured.
Cut to a day later, I'm sitting down with Hayden.
Hey,
hi.
How's it going?
Hi, Hayden. You've just been so grateful, or I'm so grateful, sorry, for all the help, with my husband's passing. But I went to go visit him today, and his grave was only 6 inches deep. So because of the recent rain, it had kind of washed away, my husband included. And so I was just wondering if you knew where he was.
You said 6 inches?
Deep.
Deep.
Yes.
Are you sure it was your husband?
I'm quite confident because I was extremely literal when I put the gravestone there. So, and the width of my husband, he's at least a foot wide. So the 6 inches deep wasn't even enough to get him underground. We still had about 6 inches above ground.
Look, I don't want to question you. I mean, but are you in cemetery business at all? Because I am. And if we deem that was the appropriate depth for that corpse, I think that you should probably respect us in our profession.
Cut to later that day, a cop enters the office. Hey, Hayden, I hate to do this to you, but we're in the middle of an investigation, and we had to exhume a body and discovered that body was 300 feet underground.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You said, wait, how deep did you say? 300
feet? You understand that is too deep, correct?
Whoa. Do I come to your job and tell you what's the right thing to do? Do I say, oh, you didn't put the handcuffs on right? Oh, you didn't get the coffee the right temperature. Do I do that?
Do you think coffee is part of my job?
I assumed.
All right.
I can't believe they botched Grandpappy's ceremony like that.
Yeah, it was suboptimal when they were arguing when he was supposed to be lowered into the ground.
I just wish our family could calm down and set our differences aside for long enough for just some solidarity over Grampy,
Well, hey, the way I see it, watching other people argue instead of our own was almost healthy, right? Like, it's not just us.
Well, Sasha did make me feel like our bygones were bygones, and I felt closer to you after that, I guess.
Well, I really appreciate that. I do truly feel like I was a different person after that funeral, like maybe life really doesn't matter at all.
I guess.
I'm sorry.
Sasha, now the reasons we used to squabble are kind of flooding back to me a little bit, and I feel like I'd like some support here in mourning Grampy's botched service,
So you think me taking your milk instead of the almond milk is big enough that you're going to think about it on the day when our pappy was buried in the ground improperly?
Sasha, I think that's so.
We cut
petty.
to the Mason and Sasha sneaking around their grandma's house, and the grandma opens the window. What? You are you trying to kill me so that you two can make up?
No.
What?
Grammy, no. Grammy. Come on,
You need to
Grammy.
learn to work out your problems at not a funeral.
Well, to be fair,
Grammy,
this isn't the funeral yet. This is the pre-funeral.
Sasha, no, don't say that.
Oh,
Ring, Bree's phone, ring. Hey, it's a neighborhood watch. I'm across the street. Outside the house.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm sorry, Grammy, are you busy right now?
yeah, is this a bad time?
Jesus
die?
Christ,
You're
Grammy.
giving me attitude?
What, you taking a call at midnight?
Can I just say this is why we needed conflict resolution. This right here. This is it.
Cut to the neighborhood watch clubhouse where Michael is sitting with his coworker Matt. Do you ever feel like? Well, I'm just gonna say, do you ever feel like we don't actually get a chance to help anybody?
I just feel like I am the watchdog, the alarm system of the neighborhood, and everybody's always trying to switch me off.
You assessed that not only you were not thrown off, I should say, by the fact that those were her kin, because you intuitively determined that they were there to do her harm. That is incredible detective work. And she doesn't even throw you a bone.
Man, this is why. Look at us. This is a neighborhood watch meeting. We're the only two here. Yeah, we're pretty sad.
We see that Matt and Michael have about like 20 magnifying glasses strewn around the room.
What are they for? Hey, what do we even do?
Hey guys, sorry, I'm here to turn in my magnifying glass. I just don't think this is gonna be for me.
No, what in the world are you talking about?
You can't.
No, the neighborhood watch, I feel like it's never helped anybody, and my grandkids, they get older by the day, and I just can't be out here sitting watching them. I should be a part of their childhood. I shouldn't.
Who's gonna patrol the east side if not you, Hayden?
Don't try and talk me out of this. I'm done here. I gave you the magnifying glass. I'm keeping the jacket, but I'm out.
Wait, hold on.
The jacket.
Wait, hold on. You're keeping the jacket?
I'm keeping the jacket. It's a nice jacket. It keeps me warm.
Cut to an entire separate stakeout of two different neighborhood watch officers. Mason and Lorcan sit in a car at 1 a.m. Have you seen anything?
No, it's still pretty dark out there.
I texted HQ and they just haven't gotten back to me. I think they're getting into another argument or something.
Another argument?
Well, you remember the tension in there, right? And Hayden was like this. He told me this morning he's like this close to leaving, and then we got assigned an overnight watch, and now I just feel like we're not there to diffuse anything, so it's gonna be bad.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. I stepped on 3 magnifying glasses on the way out, and Michael just gets the dirtiest look. But they're everywhere.
Lorcan gets a butt dial from Michael's phone on speaker. And he just stepped on 3 magnifying glasses. Like, I know we're hurting for people, but I could just scream at him. I could scream at him so loud.
Completely
so loud. It even hurts my throat when I scream, but I could scream.
Hang up.
So
just hang up.
Unapologetic.
He's so he stepped. You know what he said? You know what he said when he stepped on it? It's like, oh well, you know, we got the other pile of magnifying glasses. You know,
I know Bree and Mel, who are other so people, neighborhood watch in a separate car. Hey Bree, do you find it offensive that they only have us watch the Victoria's Secret?
Yeah, now that you mention it, they keep saying that like they're not allowed to see panties.
And I just don't know that that's a law. if anything, I feel like it's a rule, and I don't even think it's a rule. I think it's barely even a scoff.
No, yeah, they get all the hard-hitting watch areas, and
we see someone robbing Victoria's Secret with a handgun.
Oh my gosh, Bree, bring up your magnifying glass. Can you see who that is?
They have a gun.
Oh my gosh, wait. They have 2 guns. What do we do, Bree?
We gotta call Michael. That's protocol. We can only watch. We can't touch.
Bree, what if we don't call Michael? What if we take down the perp ourselves?
Are a badass. Open the glove compartment.
Is that a Nerf gun?
There's a fire behind the window. All the panties and lingerie are on fire now.
You know what, Bree? I think I've got the answer to Victoria's Secret. It's feminism. Let's go.
Mel and I barge in, just screaming the word feminism.
The flames are undeterred. The flames are growing, if anything.
Vader Ginsburg!
Cut back to Hayden's funeral parlor. We got two young women. They burned to death. A lot of eyewitnesses said they were just shooting at a fire, standing there screaming feminism. And
look, I mean, this is good stuff. This really helps us dictate how deep to dig the hole. So I'm glad a lot of this background is gonna be.